Hey Capricorn, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading for you, asking what's coming towards you. Whenever you see this, that's when you're meant to find it. That being said, of course, only take what resonates. Never give your power away to tarot. If you'd like for me to pray for you, that offer always stands. I encourage other Capricorns and cross watchers to pray as well. It just lifts us up to lift you up. It's all love and light here. It's one of them kumbaya woo-woo channels. And so say hi in the comment section or leave an emoji, whatever you're comfortable with. And that gives us something that we can focus on that uniquely represents you. We start with the message, a new creative venture is on the horizon, Capricorn. See it as a positive change. Oh, that's exciting. I like that. And then we have openness. Open the windows of your soul. Wow, this is already deep. I like that this card matches my shirt too. Okay, so this is how you make the hand gesture. This mudra actually empowers the message. You want to put your middle finger and your thumb together and you point with your pointer finger. That's why it's called a pointer finger. And you just let the pinky go, do its own thing. I am open for what is of beauty and good. I accept it with thankfulness. This is the mudra that clears the bronchial tubes, if you want to know what it correlates to, and makes your breathing easier. Imagine yourself to be sitting on top of a mountain. You enjoy the view, the space, and the pure, fresh mountain air, which you are breathing in with deep lungfuls. At the same time, you are inhaling prana, the cosmic life energy. Prana clears and heals your lungs, gives you strength, and supplies all your needs. This is literally the bronchial mudra, like that. Sorry for the guns in the background, if you can hear the gunshots. I live next to the gun club, and I kind of laugh at the idea of me, like the visual of me going up there and offering tarot readings. Be funny. I'd probably get shot. Anyway, they're having a good time today, so I don't know if you can hear them in the background. I'm sorry if you can. Okay, what's coming towards my Cappies? These have all been pre-shuffled with you in mind. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. You guys, I just dropped a new music track for you. Right now, I'm just working on the root chakra. So all of these tracks are for meditation, for helping you get to sleep. And they all have 432 hertz, 520 hertz, all running through, I think it's 520 hertz, running through them. How interesting that these are all coming out. They never do this. This never happens. The only card that came out flipped so that I can see it is the first one. And I'm going to read into that. These are to clarify each other, because you know how we start reading the cards as soon as they behave and start interacting with us. I'm getting excited. So let's focus on this one. It's only one looking up at us. This is the Knight of Wands in reverse. And this guy is a little impulsive. Be aware of... like if this were a relationship reading, for instance, this would be like a one-night stander. This would be a player. So we're going to find out a little bit more about this energy coming towards you, but I would be a little careful with it. It's not evil. It's just like over-enthusiastic, or it's kind of self-serving. So yeah, real quick, that music, 5 of Cups, okay. That music is in the link in the description box below, if you'd like it. This is going to be an extended. If you'd like to go on to the extended, get more advice, and unpack the reading more, that will be a link in the description box below as well. So you guys, what's this 5 of Cups? What's this Knight of Wands? This energy that you've been dealing with, could you get more opposite? Here's you, King of Pentacles. You are representing an energy here that is strong, stable, somewhat predictable, responsible. That's a very, and we've got here possibly, this could be a marriage for somebody, but this is also a commitment, like almost like a promise or a set of beliefs. Sometimes it's even institutions, like it could be churches. You know, we need a little bit more information on this Hierophant, but this is around discipline and commitments. And, you know, the Knight of Wands in reverse is anybody but somebody you could trust with a commitment. There's something that And I don't necessarily believe that they've always been this Knight of Wands in reverse. It's like they're coming through as impulsive, maybe as a direct response to this tower, this event. There's something like that's disappointing here. That seems like it might be a surprise, shakes you up. What is going on? All these are so intense. Bear with me. I'm just going to unpack this a little bit further. What's this? 6 of Cups. How weird. What's this 5 of Cups and 6 of Cups? Man, something feels like it was unfair, but it's going to be balanced out. Something disappointed you. Somebody I feel like might have betrayed you in a sense that somebody you know, somebody you go back with. This could even be a partner, like a life partner. But there's a shakeup, and I think you're shut down right now. You're shut down. You're kind of maybe in a feeling of like, I just have to cut my losses here, like feeling a little bit of helplessness. And I think, yeah, you're shut down. Page of Wands in reverse to the Hermit. I think you've gone dark. What the hell? Okay, so 2 of Cups. The Tower card. Okay, you guys, something happened between you and another person that I think you trusted. This was a partnership, so it could have been romantic, most likely was romantic. And some of you guys, maybe it was business or something. But if this was business or if this was a friendship, it was a very trusted and special connection. Somebody is acting a fool, and I don't think you're accepting it. So you do have your standards and you're keeping your dignity. But I think that doesn't mean you don't feel a sense of loss or a sense of, I got to walk away from this one. Like, I can't control another person. I can't. So there's an event here. The Tower card came out twice that shook this partnership up. What do we need to know about this Tower? I mean, here's something I can tell you right off the bat. Capricorn, Tower moments happen. They're events in life that we don't have any control over. We can just control how we react. This event in particular is affecting the relationship. It was meant to set you on align you on a different path. And that's the point of the Tower. It's kind of like life is too big and complicated to orchestrate on our own. And the universe steps in and says, oh, let's just put you over here, start on a new path. We've got a lot of reversals here. There's some immature energy. It's like there's a lack of, this isn't going to just like remedy itself. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Dang, boo, who am I talking to? I don't know if I'm talking to my regular viewers that are Capricorns. But I feel like you need a hug. So this is rerouting your future. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Now that new vision has not landed yet. Be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself, because know that there is a very spiritual side of what's going on. On the surface, it looks like this event happened. Your way of reacting is to like kind of protect yourself, withdraw, close down. Your mind might be closed down at this point. You might be in full on like detached mode. Underneath this, with the Tower card coming out twice, I can tell you there's something divine. You were meant to be realigned. That means there's a purpose to this. That means there's something good around the corner. And I feel like you need to hear that, because we have the High Priestess here, and she's guiding you right through this. Now, the Justice card comes out when things are being rebalanced. Things are looking good. The balanced outcome will occur. If you're going through anything legal, like a divorce or a custody battle, this looks good for you. Let's see what these next 2 cards are. Yes, it does end with equal give and take, reciprocity. There's a sense of kindness with the Six of Pentacles, it's generosity. And then we have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is putting down a burden, an old chapter. So there is a storyline here. If you've already been through this Tower moment, then I feel that I'm finding you at a time where you're still quiet, you're still withdrawn, and you're shaking hands with that spiritual world a little bit. Like there's this dark night of the soul type of energy. What's this kind of nice? Okay, so if you're waiting on money, I'm going to give you two versions of this. Here you are, Queen of Pentacles, you're holding it down, and you might not have been on the same throne you were before this all began. Like you feel your throne is a little closer to the floor, so to speak. You're still showing up, responsible, nurturing, like supporting the things, the values that you believe in. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is a slow night, and this is where your meaning can branch off into two ways. The Knight of Pentacles for you is either carrying money, like let's say you were in a court case or something. This is carrying the value, either the custody that you wanted over the kids, or it's carrying you the negotiation you wanted. If this is a relationship, if this is waiting for somebody to come through to support you, then it is on its way. It's slow though, but when it arrives, it's legit. It's sticking around, and that's why it's slow. It's like doing all the work it needs to do to get there. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. This is a very responsible energy, but it's it may be a little distance off yet. Why do we have the cards, a new creative venture is on the horizon? See it as a positive change. How does that correlate with this? As the rain starts coming down, Page of Swords, new ideas, communications. Here you are again, King of Pentacles. This is what lifts you back up. Not every Capricorn out there is creative, right? But we all have the ability to create. And there's something that happens. Now bear with me on this, okay, Cappy? There's something that words can't describe. A conversation with a greater energy, a bigger energy than our own when you create anything. From babies to artworks, right? Writing music. If there's anything you like to do, if it's making candles, if it's dancing in your living room, this is the encouragement. This is some of the advice from your tarot, is that it's going to open your mind back up. She's sitting right on the card. Let's take that as a good sign. It's gonna, remember when I said you may feel at the end of all this like you're still on your throne, but it's closer to the ground, right? This is gonna bring you back up. The King of Wands, the King of Pentacles. So you're back to being this, what you were originally. And it's something to do with ideas, communication, words. I mean, do you like poetry? Do you like to read? Should you write about this? Journaling? A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. Sometimes in our greatest dark areas in our life, our greatest sorrows can lead to the greatest works. You know, when I look at like how I got into tarot, I was in a really dark place in my life. You know, and I was looking for answers, but it was not the kind of answer anybody could give me. I didn't want advice from girlfriends or from family members. I needed to connect with something, connect with something I didn't have the words to describe. And out came tarot, you know. So I'm wondering what it will be for you. I'm going to go on to the extended. If this is where I leave you, I'm sending you the biggest, warmest hug. This looks like it's actually turning around in a really beautiful way. And it's going to feel like the light at the end of the tunnel is just around the corner. And there's something really gracious and just about this whole thing. All right. If you'd like to follow me over to the extended, that link is in the description box below.